Hey guys, Shop Talk Podcast, episode 11, back at it again. The only three of us in here this time. Feels weird only having three of us.
Yeah, a little odd.
Yeah,
I like it though.
we started it off right with the hey guys.
Yeah, yep. That's how the intro goes, Brody.
I don't do it. It's not my intro.
Write that down.
I thought about it. Thought about grabbing some pencils.
Yeah. So episode 11, first oval race was this weekend up in Beausejour, the USSA ProStar Series. And so a special guest calling in today from racing this weekend, Blane Stevenson. So pretty big call-in guest.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm pretty excited about it.
For sure.
So yeah, we're gonna give Blaine a call here and see how he didn't have the best of weekend, and he said that we checked audio with him, and he said that as well. But we'll kind of get his side of the story of how everything went. So yeah, here we go. Calling Blane Stevenson. Hopefully he'll answer. Alex Satine didn't answer last weekend.
No, he didn't.
Call has been forwarded to voice.
Well,
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, hey Blaine, hey, how's it going? It almost sent us to voicemail for you.
I had a friend on the other line. He was calling me, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta go though. Like I had this thing scheduled." So
Sorry we were a little late there, but
it's all good.
So Blane Stevenson, 3-time ProStar Cup champion and 4-time Eagle River World champion.
That's
Yep.
a future Hall of Famer.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, thanks for the time tonight, Blaine. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited to be on. I appreciate you guys having me.
So it was the first oval race this weekend, first snowmobile race of the year for anybody to watch, and how it didn't really go exactly how you'd hoped.
No, we had a pretty rough weekend. Just finding a hole shot on the champ, and then the F3 was just kind of all over with a new sled and stuff. So we're still figuring that out a little bit, but yeah, we were off the mark pretty bad with both sleds, I thought.
Yeah, it started out okay. You won your first champ qualifier, but then you DNF'd the second one. What can you say what happened during that one to DNF? Or
Yeah, it's odd. Like we broke a clutch bolt there last year. I'm not sure why, but yeah, just had another one break on us, and that's always scary because it revs the motor real bad. You always think it's blowing a belt, but yeah, broke a clutch bolt and thankfully didn't wreck anything, didn't wreck the clutch, didn't hurt the motor. Belt hung together, so. Yeah, not good. So that put us in the LCQ just by having a P9 in a heat.
Yeah, that's got to make a nasty noise. Luckily, I've never broken a clutch bolt before.
Yeah, especially on a high revving 440.
Yeah,
that's gotta be
Yep.
hell of a noise.
So going up there, Blaine, how much seat time have you had on the sled before your first race? Like, have you guys been testing up at Wahl up there? I'm sure you guys got your own little test track. Or?
Yeah, so like a lot of guys, we go to Strathcona. We had a couple days of seat time, so I think we went up Wednesday night. We went to the shop on Thursday morning and just took the 600 up just because that was brand new. So we took that out, and then it was obviously really warm. We were running around in like 45, 50 degree weather, and then Friday they canceled all the stuff at the track, so we made sure that we went to Strathcona again, but this time, like, basically just ran the champ and more or less just shakedown stuff. Belts, Wahls had been out already and broken the belts for our sled anyway. And, yeah, just like you say, getting some seat time, making sure that everything's familiar. And we did a couple, hole shots and test hits, that kind of thing. And we thought it was pretty close, but like I said, we're pretty far off.
Like, I always have a second thought in my mind of like not riding snowmobile all summer, of like getting back into it come November. It's like, do you ever have a second thought of like, man, I hope I still got it? Because I have those thoughts running through my mind of like not getting on the sled. It's like, man, I hope I still got it from last year.
Yeah.
Every year, yeah. It's like you're just like, oh boy, I really hope I remember how to do this. Yep.
Because like Kyle, like all the dirt bike you can do, it doesn't replicate it.
Right, yeah. And I'm always thinking like the first laps out there, I'm thinking, don't break too early, don't break too late. It's gotta be just perfect. But as soon as you get that flow back, it seems like it all it's all just muscle memory.
Yeah, it
Comes back quick. Yep.
Yeah, it takes time. It's like I remember it was like the first time we were on the lake this year. It was like 100 miles an hour. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's there it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so Blaine, I just had a setup question. Like watching you guys kind of pound on the seats on the starting line, it seems like your ice oval sleds are set up soft. Like just kind of on how much movement they have when you kind of like the rear end moves down and the front end is also moving down when you're kind of on the starting line there, getting them set in the ice. Like, would you say they're set up soft or?
Yeah, I think, the champ sled that we have now versus the one we would have had like 4 or 5 years ago is quite a bit softer. And I think it's just geometry and how it, because we go to the same tracks usually every year. And honestly, I don't change a whole lot of suspension or, camber, geometry, anything like that really. But yeah, I think, our tracks don't get near as rough as like the enduro guys, but they get rough enough that we gotta make sure that we have some sort of something moving. And usually if you're skipping over bumps in certain parts, like it's not as fast. So, it's funny that you say that because I always feel like they're stiff, but I guess they do look like they're set up soft.
Yeah, just on how much movement there is when you're jumping up and down on, because like our cross country sleds, when we have them set up for Lake Le Mans, they're set up stiff because we're having to battle like a lot of weight transfer issues is kind of what we're dealing with. So it's just funny seeing an ice sled like actually move.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, our sleds are not, and they're a little bit more rigid because you're kind of sliding.
Yeah, and a lot higher up too.
Yeah.
It feels like.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. But
yeah, you guys want it stiff, so it just plants and goes.
Yeah. Yep. Kind of around the long sweepers. Like if you do get a little bit of weight transfer, it'll pick those skis up off the ice, and you kind of get a little push going, and you won't be able to totally drive it around a sweeping corner like you'd want to.
Yep. Yeah, and we get that too. If you get like I know our 600s, I've always said that they flex a lot, and part of it's the snowcross chassis. Like they're not as rigid as we would hope they'd be. But I feel like the whole things, they flex a lot, and they've got quite a bit of suspension too, but I can feel the whole thing like flexing. But it's to a point too, where we don't, I'd rather it not be stiff as a board, cause we get to, Eagle River is the only place that it matters. And, we get there and it's always rough, and it's always a place that you got to be able to like kind of roll into the corner over the bumps and then get her to turn. But your cross country sled's got to be somewhat of the same way, where you want some sort of roll, right? Or no?
Yeah, you do. I'm sure we probably run like the same size sway bar. Maybe we run as thick a sway bar as we can get, and you kind of do want a little bit of body roll to it, because then you can. I don't know. It's per person, Kyle, wouldn't you think? Because,
our counter steer is, kind of a big factor into it, I think.
Yeah.
Where an oval sled is, constantly pulling down on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
Right.
That's just kind of how I see it is. Get a little more chassis roll while we're counter steering, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Good point.
But yeah, like a little body roll, you can, when you have enough time on the sled, like I can tell when my sled's going to body roll just a little bit, it'll pick that inside ski up just a hair, where it's like, and it also brings like the inside of the track up too. Mm-hmm. So then it's like a controlled drift.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And a wall skid, is totally different from the geometry of our skid frames. Our
right.
factory.
That was what at the Sioux, when those guys brought out like the half-mile skid. It's like, it's only got one shock in there.
Right.
It's like, where's the front shock?
Yeah. But going forward into the season, like, is there a lot of test time you think is coming up, or are you just gonna think you figured out the fix and just run it that way?
no, we'll have quite a bit of test time going into Eagle River. I work in agriculture. My dad does too. So we got a bunch of year-end stuff to get finished up. But I think after the first, we'll be testing kind of hot and heavy. There's some things on. Obviously, we got stuff to work on with both sleds. So we'll have quite a bit of time up north and on the test track. And with Walls, they've been good at that for many, many years on going testing and making sure that their stuff is right. So that's kind of the mantra of we don't go to the track and test. We run stuff that we know, and that it's going to be the way it is this year. And I know last year too, like our results weren't great when we went to Beaujeu in December last year, and then we went testing and kind of found it. So we're kind of in the same boat that we were last year, and it gives us some confidence that we can figure it out. And there's no lack of effort from the Walls. Obviously, it's their business and it's what they do. So we gotta figure it out and run well.
Yeah, like I noticed in your first heat of the F3 class, Blaine, your sled looked a little tight. Like you had some ski lift in the corners, and then compared to, because you got second in that one, and then compared to your second heat, it looked like you made a change, and it looked like it flowed through the corners a lot better. Yeah, and we've already talked on more changes that we're going to make for that. And I probably should have kept going with that adjustment, but it was pretty good. And, it was tough there. We had like 5 rounds, but when we got to race Gady, I think once in a heat. And then we just fall back. Beaujeu, for whatever reason this year, is really tough to pass on. There's really one line, it seemed like, but so the passing opportunity wasn't really there. So we were focused on trying to get to the corner first. And, from there, I think we would have really motored away from everybody, but just getting there is tough. Yeah, it did look, watching the broadcast, it did look like it was like a hard track to pass on, that you were like quite a few heats or mains that you were right behind a guy and just could not find the lane to make a move. Yeah. It's tough. Like usually, I'm not usually one that falls back during a race. Like usually we're moving through the pack and passing past guys and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and I know Beaujeu, they had a tough time making a track, and the weather did not help them at all. But these racetracks, what they'll do is they'll continue to push the inside bank out, further out. That way they don't run into dirt. And that, you take away all the roughness of the track, or giving guys any sort of opportunity. Well, everybody will just run the inside bank, and that's the fastest way around. That's the tough part about that aspect of it. I understand in CPTC and other places that you go to, Eagle River, Wausau, they have to do that type of thing, but it just stinks because it ruins, in my opinion, a lot of the racing. It gives the opportunities to pass, away just because we're all running the same line. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was what we had the issue with at Eagle River last year for our pro enduro. At the end of the day, like the bottom of the corner was moved up like 30 feet up the bank compared to where it should have been, just because there was no ice down there on the bottom. Yep. So it even made like the entrance and the exit of the corners like really awkward lines that you usually would not use. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I know even during the WC, it was like, okay, you avoided the dirt as much as you could. And then once you kind of had to run through it, you ran through it. Yeah. And it was complete dirt for our enduro. Yeah. It was muddy by the end there. Yeah. I remember coming out of turn 4, it was like just completely flat gravel. Yep. But no, so Blaine, you had to go to the LCQ on Saturday, and you won the LCQ, so you ended up having to start from the back row for Saturday night's feature, and it just looked like it was like you said, it was hard to pass in the final, especially starting from the back row. So actually, with the way we do stuff, I actually started on the front row. As last pick, when you win the LCQ, your last pick on the front row. But on Sunday I jumped, and then that's when we started from the back. Yeah. Yep. That was, I knew. Yeah. It was Sunday. And yep. And then, yeah. So like I said, I didn't think there was dirt on the track, but I definitely drove through it 1 and 2.
And then, like we went into 3 on, just yesterday, we went into turn 3 on lap 1, and I went to the outside of somebody and went to like carve around the corner, and the sled just didn't bite. So I knew right away that I'd screwed that up. And yeah, usually I'm okay at figuring out something to do, but I was so lost. And talk about, we don't have a whole shot and this and that, but I screwed up plenty for the weekend. Like the F3 final, I bumped the clutch and didn't get a good whole shot. And then in the champ final, like Justin moved just a hair inside of me, and then I hit the trigger and send us both to the back. It was just rookie mistakes. That's just, it's really unacceptable on my end. So gotta clean some stuff up.
What's your thoughts of when you jump on the start and it's just like, oh no, it's just, it's a,
yep.
It instantly changes your whole mindset of the race, going from front row to just
completely. And CPTC does it right. Like you don't line up like 10 feet behind the guys in the front row. Like we're 150 feet behind you. So, it was going to be tough right away. And visibility, it's cold enough that the dust kind of hung and it was tough to see for the first few laps. And that always makes it challenging. And then, you throw in the handling issue after you drive through the dirt. It just makes for a rough 15 laps.
Yep. Because you Sunday night you ended up getting 9th, right?
Yeah,
yep.
9th. I don't remember the last time we finished 9th. Yeah, not good.
But so yeah, like it's just small little things, but it seemed like everywhere else when you did do good, you were battling for the lead in any heat you did. Like when it was going good for you.
Yeah, I think once we get rolling, we got speed to race anybody on both sleds. And like I said, it seems like we're always moving forward, but Rozier just presented a lot of challenges with passing and top speed there matters and everybody, I think the champ field is so close. That 3 field's close on that too, but it seems like some guys have more speed than others. But the champ field, it seems like, everybody has that. We were running 97, 98, 99, even to 100 miles an hour at one point. But it seems like everybody was right in that wheelhouse, and it's just so hard to make up time.
Yeah, it didn't seem like on the backstretch on the camera that no sleds out there had a mile an hour over anybody else. It was all really dead even. And
the whole shot is so important,
Yeah. I was really surprised that the F3s and the 440s, they were like pretty much dead even on the radar guns. Mm-hmm. I was very surprised on that.
Yep. Yeah. And I think lap times are still like a second and a half off from 600 to 440. I believe we're on 23.5s. I don't remember when we downloaded on Sunday where we were at. But I know we were sticking right in the 22s. By the end of the time, when the track was a little bit longer, we were getting the 22.2s, 22.3s on the champ. So all corner speed.
Yeah, like after watching you in person at Eagle River last year on how you pitched that F3 sled into the corners, it is unreal. Like I want no part of that.
It's all fun.
Well, like we pitch our cross country sleds into the corner, but like your sled is set up, I know 5-6 times tighter than our sleds. Yeah. So it's much more kind of dangerous ball game to pitch it like that. I feel like. Right.
Yeah. It'll catch you off guard every now and then too, but
it's weird on how how you pitch it in there and it comes to a dead stop as you're coming sideways and you guys kind of catch it back and square it back up and get going with it again.
Right. And I know you said on the F3, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of a work in progress, especially there, at Eagle River. It's so important, to get through the center of that corner and off. Yeah, like I said, it's a work in progress. I think we'll have a better setup this year, just on, some changes that we made to this sled. But yeah, and for me at Eagle River, it's been that way since I was like 12 or 13 when we started racing junior sleds there. Like I kind of learned how to do that and, hug the bottom and run that line. So it's been a lot of work in progress for me too, but I've been doing it for a long time. It's just so natural now.
Mm-hmm. No, it looks good. It's fast. That's for sure.
Thanks.
But like with the weekend, it was kind of Gunnar Stern on the champ sled who looked really good, and then it was Gady had his F3 sled looking really good. Like, so when you're out there, are you kind of watching those guys like at all, like on seeing how their sled's working, or do you like? Because that's just how I look at other sleds. It's like, oh man, his sled's working really good in that corner right there. I wonder how I could get mine to do that.
Yeah. I think we've seen the same guys kind of run well there for a lot of years. And Beausejour is a place where like if you have a good sweeping corner, that's where you really do well. And I think that's why the 220 does so well there. And I really have to modify my driving style when I go there. I don't like it. Like you say, when we go to Eagle River, like the pitch in the turn on a diamond type, that kind of stuff, like that's how I drive. So when we get to Beausejour and when I got to Walls was really when I learned that, I need to change in Beausejour because it's just not as fast. Rolling through that corner is a lot better. Than a pitch and you scrub too much speed and all that kind of stuff. So, and we watch them obviously. And I think our lap times were competitive with anybody. I think we could have ran with them. Especially we get deep in races and it seems like they slow down a little bit, but just, it was our goal to just be there. And that's just not how it worked out. We were deep in the field and struggled, I guess,
Yeah, no, I was waiting for all three of you to just start up front, just 1, 2, 3, and they'll let the battle go from there because that's always it's always you three that kind of separate themselves from the field a little bit, and it's always an awesome battle to watch.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Hopefully, we'll get some good races.
Yeah. So with your next race was supposed to be Ironwood, Michigan, but it was the grandstands burnt down.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Kyle?
No.
Yeah, there was pictures on Facebook of the grandstands up in flames. So sadly that event got canceled for this year, at least for now. So So you guys aren't racing all the way up until Eagle River now, all the way till damn near the end of January 18th.
Yeah, we've got a big long hiatus here. It's kind of unprecedented for us, but we'll get plenty of riding and plenty of track time.
Yeah, so with like this long of a break, you might as well go set up a cross country sled for Pine Lake.
Yeah. That was kind of my questions. We see a lot of people like DL racing and stuff doing the Formula 3 and all that stuff, and like Herfindahl getting into the Formula 3. Like I'd like to start seeing some of these Champ 440 guys start getting into the Enduro 600 stuff. That would be pretty sweet. I mean, like you say, they know how to ride a sled, pitching it sideways into the corner, stuff like that. I think it'd be pretty interesting if, some of these big oval guys got into the Enduro stuff.
Or even the Lake Lemans stuff.
Yeah, Lake Lemans, yeah. Have you ever thought about it, Blaine?
Yeah, for sure. It'd be fun to, Pine Lake always looks like a good time, and pretty good friends with Taylor Bunky over there. So every now and then you'll rib him to, we got another sled there. But, but yeah, I don't know. You know how it goes. It's like, I don't want to get hurt for the rest of the year and all that kind of stuff. But, it would be, I've always been interested to, watching the videos and seeing, I always watch the lines that guys run when they post their YouTube videos or Instagram videos or whatever it is. So I've got my philosophy on what might be fast, but I could get to the racetrack and it'd be pretty slow. But it'd just be interesting one day to see.
Yeah. But
see where a guy would be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be interesting to get the 102 out there on a Le Mans sled. When was the last? We like asking oval guys. When was the last time you ever turned to the right on the ice?
on the ice.
Yep.
It's usually not good. Yeah, I've got the pitch, so I got to turn to the right quite a bit. But no, and on Saturday's champ final, if you go back, you watch about lap 8, we're running third behind Justin Peterson, and I lost my brakes. And right in the middle of 1 and 2, I turned to the right pretty hard.
I noticed that. That was right when Gady cut under you and got into third there.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it was.
Okay, no brakes. Yeah, that will do that.
Yeah, did everything that I could to stay off of Peterson and just, yeah. I noticed they were spongy earlier in the day, but just my fault for not saying, hey, we should change pads and make sure that these are good for the final. But, yeah, usually if you're turning right on an oval sled, it's not good.
Yeah, you've done something wrong.
Doing something big time wrong, yeah.
No, but you also on your Instagram stories you were doing on your way up to Beausejour, somebody had asked you a question about the Sioux, and you said you weren't really into it at this time. But I know you've gotten asked to do it before. Like what was the reason why you didn't go, and then what's your reasoning kind of now that you don't want to go at this time?
Right. So yeah, and we get asked every year by all sorts of different people. And we were set up in 2021. Our oval schedule was very, very limited. I was set up with Alex Satine to go up there and race their Matrix mod
with Vince Van Slyke.
With Vince, yeah. Yep. I was gonna run with those guys, so I was pretty excited. But then obviously the Sioux got canceled that year. And it was about that time that my interest was pretty peaked on it. But just going forward, and then we had the F3 class and working on that kind of stuff. I just don't know. My ambition for it kind of fell away. Not really sure why, but yeah, I don't know. And we got a cup race on the same weekend, so we drive through the Sioux on the same week that you guys are there. I think we drive through on Thursday night normally now. So like our schedule interferes a little bit and that kind of stuff. So maybe one day it'll catch my attention again, but it's got to be the right team. Like if I go there, I know it's a big thing to say, but I'd like the opportunity to win right away. So I'm talking with Taylor, maybe at some point, if something were to work out there, it'd be an interesting conversation. But yeah, for now I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and racing for Wahl Brothers is quite the dream for any oval racer, I think, and I'm not gonna screw that up. And I do like our champ program. I really like racing the champs, and focused on that. So it's for now that's what we're gonna do.
No, heck yeah. No, it's just to get an oval guy out in an enduro race. It seems like they have a certain feeling on a sled. It's just like that's how you turn left.
Yeah, I know. Well, teammate Tom Olson, he runs with I can't remember the team over there, but he ran it to a couple, quite a few enduros over the years. I think he's at like 5 or 6.
Yep. Yeah, I think he was at the last enduro race last year in Lincoln, if I don't remember right. I think so.
Yeah, on a 24 sled, I think. I can't remember though.
Yep. Oh man. Their team name is, I can't picture their name right now. But
is it DL?
No, they're number 29.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, he did well. Like, I mean, he said it came pretty naturally. I know that they weren't out setting the world on fire, but yeah, it was good.
Speaking of your teammate Blaine, I wrote down as I was just looking up some stuff just to make sure I knew my accolades correctly. Your teammate Tom is a ultra marathon runner, 100-miler he did this summer. And so I just wanted to write that down and bring that up because our Brody here, he did his first marathon this year. And so, Brody, could you imagine doing 100 miles?
I've thought about it. I've actually thought about it. Yeah.
But he actually did it.
I know. Yeah, that's a different thing than thinking about it. After doing 26, I was pretty hurt, so I couldn't imagine what 100 miles would feel like. But I have thought about it.
Yeah.
Like, God, should I just commit and make this my thing where I'm the guy that runs a lot?
Yes, you should.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah.
God damn it. I need a treadmill.
So I wrote that down because that deserves props to do that.
Oh, hell yeah.
23 hours and 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
Is what he
Oh,
did.
my God.
Couldn't imagine.
It's insane. You got to be half crazy to do that. It's wild.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, God, I ran for 3 hours and 40 minutes, and that was hell. Couldn't imagine. 20 more hours.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Huh.
And yeah, like his training stuff, he'll go. I don't know. He lives down there in Wisconsin where it's a little bit hillier, and some of his trail training stuff, like he'll get thousands of feet of elevation in like a 20-mile run. It's just like, boy, that's just torture.
Yeah, he's probably doing 20-mile runs every day.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
those
His
ultra marathon guys do. They consistently get like 100 miles a week. Which, 25
Yeah.
miles a day.
Wow.
Basically a marathon a day to train for those ultra marathons.
Yep.
And I don't know
Yeah,
why.
no.
I thought about it.
Kyle, do you have a 440 question for Blaine?
Yeah. So like, like the Champ 440 is the Polaris anyway. I know they use like an older style, big case reed 440. Is that like out of the IQRs and stuff like that? Is that mostly what you guys are running?
Yeah, so I think we run an Liberty. That's what it came out of the Pro X's.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But yeah, yep. We run the 440s that we can get, and we've actually ran the same because they changed the rules. Like we can't modify, any internals now. Like we can do a little bit of head work and then put pipes on it, kind of like the old mod snowcross rules. And then ignitions. So. But like we've ran the same motor. We've tried different motors and all that kind of stuff, but we've ran the same motor since that sled came out in 2020. And it's just been such a good motor for us that we, like I said, we've tried other stuff, but this seems to be the one that works. And what's really funny is like back when we were running full mod champs, like we were running a 98 Red Rocket motor that was, they were able to put different. I can't remember what the ticket was, but we were literally using like a 98 XCR motor.
Yep, that's where it's at.
Was that a good one, Kyle?
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. 97's had a shitty cylinder design and stuff. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they actually came out with an update mid-year in 97. That's what we were lucky enough to find, the OEM updated part numbers and stuff like that, and that's what we have on ours. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So just think about all the time it takes to build one of them things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, we go through it. Trying to find parts for that kind of stuff is like, it's getting to be pretty hard. So I can't imagine like the oval guys that race them year round, maintaining parts of these things is hard, I imagine.
Yep. Yeah, and it is, and it's getting to be more and more of a concern. I know the Skidoo guys they complain about it a little bit more. So it'd be nice if they'd put a 600 in the champs and go racing. I've said that, but it's never gained any traction. So
yeah, that's kind of what our thoughts were on it. If they did go to a 600, there's so many more parts readily available, and then but. That's where it kind of draws a line between like the Champ 440 and the F3, because that's already but it'd be a different chassis is about what it'd be, and then pipes and stuff.
Would you want to go pipes on the 600 too, Blaine, or would you like go try to like more of a stock route like they do for snowcross?
So, and that's the big question, and even the snowcross guys, like I don't understand why they don't run pipes. It's a big conversation, right? And I don't want to say too much, but obviously from a sound wise and like a fan standpoint, I think we've put pipes on them. But our big deal, is every time that we get so fast on on these 600s, because it's not a foreign thing. Like, they've had 600s in champ chassis before, and they've done it a couple of different ways. Like, they made it where it was like full open mod, and then it was they had to run smaller carburetors, and then they like banned pro open. That's what it was, because it was like full 600 mods that up in Beausejour, they were running like 113 to 116 miles an hour.
Holy shit.
Yeah, on a half mile. Like, it's insanity.
Damn.
So then ISR outlawed it, and then probably 10 years ago now, they tried to make a factory 600 class that was champ chassis with the snowcross motors, and then you'd use a stock Y pipe and then a single tune pipe. And they were like half a second to 7/10 faster at Eagle River than the champs were. So then that didn't take off either. So if we were to do it, we'd have to figure out a way to restrict them so that, our sweet spot is kind of 100 miles an hour. We'd probably get away with 105, but that's the big concern is going too fast. And I know it's odd because like at the Sioux, it's 110 plus miles an hour, and everybody seems okay with it. But as soon as we go 105 on an oval, like, everybody's kind of scared.
Yeah. That.
There's not much time to slow down on a
No.
half-mile course. So.
Right.
You can see where they're coming from, but like you say, a fan, they get their kicks out of it. Like, that's what makes the sport.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool sounding.
Yeah, cool sounding,
Yep.
and actually seeing the speed and the momentum.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Because
At 100 miles an hour versus 105 miles an hour, I think they're not going to, the fan standpoint, you won't see that difference, that 5 miles an hour at that fast. But that's why that's kind of got to be our sweet spot, I think.
So like Jim Dimmerman had talked about that on the Carbide podcast as well, like about putting bigger motors in these 440 champ sleds. Like, so are you kind of thinking the same thing as that? Like, he was even talking like 800s or 850s. I don't know about that, but
Jesus Christ. How fast do you need to go?
Yeah. Like an actual 3 sled from back in the day where they, actually used modified big engines.
Yeah.
Be wicked. Like Tim Bender's Yamaha VMAX. I don't know if
yeah.
you've seen that, but yeah, that thing was pretty wicked. Big 4-cylinder 800. Yeah. Sweet.
Cool stuff. I've always said that it'd be cool to do it like once. If we could put, if we could mount an 850 that had pipes and stuff, and just go to Beausejour and see if it'll run, 115, 120 miles an hour. Like, I'd be down to do it by myself on the track, but yeah, from a racing standpoint, stuff comes at you fast enough at like 100. So, I think an 800 or an 850 is a little off track. And I know even talking to the Walls, like 600s don't really interest them either, just because in the past, everything's gone so fast, and Ovals has had a pretty intense focus on trying to be safe. And I know every series says that, but, we've seen a lot of guys hurt. So that's always a main focus. And that's why there's some people that really just don't want the 600. But I think to keep the manufacturers involved, if you can get a 600 where, the hood needs to be a manufacturer type hood, and the hood and the engine need to match. I know there's a lot of guys out there nowadays that'll run Polaris hoods and they'll run Skidoo motors, but make the rule that it has to match and it has to be an OEM qualifying hood, and yeah, I think we can, draw from, because there's so many of these champs out there, right? Like, we had 26 up in Beausejour, and I think you could get, at least 70% of them to convert with some manufacturer help. I don't know how tough that is. I know you have conversations with those guys, and sometimes it doesn't seem like it'd be an interest. So I just don't know where they stand. But yeah, it'd be a step for us, I think. But
You got my vote on it. It sounds pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I'd love to see not a single Arctic Cat out there. I'd love to see an Arctic Cat in the champ class.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of help from the manufacturer still, from like Polaris on your end and Skidoo for the other guys? Like, are they still, because Arctic Cat's not, but are those two brands still putting time and money and effort into it for you guys?
Yeah. We've had a good contract with Polaris for a number of years. And it's, really they're besides Wahl, they're my biggest supporter. So, I mean, and then, with the F3 class, they've obviously done a lot, but you look at that sled and it's the tunnel and bulkhead engine package, right? But the whole chassis and stuff that comes from us. So it's kind of like you got to build a champ sled anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they do help on our champ end. Obviously, like you say, parts are getting limited, but we still get stuff that we can. And I know the Skidoo guys, they've done their best to do that also. And then I think the personnel at Arctic Cat, like they haven't been focused, on the ovals. I've had some conversations with Wanderscheid and heard some things, but everybody's got their thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, like I got to give props to Polaris. Like they put the time in, because even just down at Pine Lake today, it was the Bunkies were down there and Alex Atine and a whole bunch of Polaris engineer guys and Ben Hayes, and they were working on stuff all day today. So like they put the time in. That's for sure.
Yep. I like being part of it, because like every aspect of Polaris racing is, we're pretty good everywhere. We might not be setting the sport on fire everywhere at the same time, but I think as a manufacturer, that's really tough to do. But you look at like the Hillcross stuff and they're pretty good, or Polaris is really good out there. And then Snowcross, like things keep coming around. I know Dude's had a pretty strong grasp on it lately, but some of the riders there, like it looks pretty good. Ovals, obviously we've been flying the banner as best we can and doing quite well. And then in the cross country world, you have guys like Hatines and Bunkies, and those guys have been, and Rev Rings are doing really well too for the Polaris guys. So I like being part of that. Like, you go to Heydays, you get to BS with a lot of guys that are doing well on the same brand that you are. I think that's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. No, heck yeah. You got anything else to add, Kyle, or?
No, I'm just curious. I'm like, why not many Arctic Cats do the champ stuff anymore? Because I know, like,
none.
Yeah, none. Like, I have a champ chassis from back in the day that I bought from Daveco. Used to make champ chassis anyways, but that's set up for a 440 laydown engine. And I'm just curious if like they're not getting speed out of these engines or why there's not many cats left. So I don't know.
I know there is one cat laydown motor in a champ lead packs run it. And there's times when he's strong, but I think lately they've struggled.
No, it was exciting to see Herf at least get out there in the world championship and put the Arctic Cat in the F3 class. So that was cool to watch him.
What, you got fourth?
Yep, fourth.
That's pretty good for the first time out there on a rigid chassis.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
he could still get together with the Wanderscheid and they could still put together a champ set, I'm pretty sure, if he wanted to go race a champ.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna float that out there to the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure if Zach wanted a champ sled, I'm sure they could build him one.
Yeah.
It'd be probably a damn good one.
Yeah. Yep.
But so in your other Instagram stories there, Blaine, you kind of teased your own podcast in one of the stories too. I seen that. Do you want to touch on that at all, or?
Yeah, so I don't know my plans on it yet. Like, there's no grand junctures, and obviously, like, there's YouTube still seems to be kind of a king of deals. So I'm gonna make it where it's recorded on there and just kind of float it out on YouTube first. But like I'm a pretty big racing, like, motorhead type of guy, and I like to just talk about that kind of stuff. Like I like doing these BS sessions and stuff like that. But so I don't know. I'm just going to basically make it a talk show. I don't know if you really call it a podcast. We'll see what kind of traction it gains. And, if there are people that are watching it and get some requests to put it on, I don't even know what it takes to put it on Spotify or anything like that, but, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I just kind of start there on the YouTube side, and, I'm going to start with some just snowcross commentary. I don't know about you guys, but I follow snowcross pretty hard.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I watch it every weekend.
Every weekend. It's so easy. Like, I get it. It's on Flow now and you got to pay for the subscription, but like when it was free, like ever since then, the live streams, like I've watched it. So, yeah. And so I'm just going to kind of dive into that. And then, my buddy and I, we talk about like motocross, supercross stuff. So we'll see what kind of just like racing commentary can come out of it. And, I really don't even plan to talk about ovals. Like we'll just talk about other stuff, and the vlog can kind of cover what's going on the oval world. But yeah, just kind of see where it goes, and, just try to have fun with it. I think that's just kind of my thing with it, is figure it out and just have a good time with it.
No, heck yeah. I'll definitely be listening.
Yeah,
listening.
you got your first subscribers right here.
That's all pretty much what we did.
Yeah.
And what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right.
We didn't think we'd ever get a big guest like Blane Stevenson.
Now you're just lying to me. Come on, now.
No.
When we started this on episode 1, like I did not expect any idea of what this would ever come to. And
we talked about heydays. Our first, like,
right.
Look at us, 11 episodes in, and we made it big.
Yeah,
11 episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it is cool to watch the viewer count go up every episode.
Yeah.
So that's been cool to watch.
And it's cool to see like the people that do share it, and the people that do listen. It's pretty cool that like these are all people that I used to look up to when I was a kid. And then they're commenting and all that stuff. It's like they know who I am now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh. But who's your pick for snowcross this weekend then, Blaine, at Ironwood or Mount?
Boy,
Mount Dion?
I don't know. The Polaris guy in me wants to say email's going to come out and be firing on all cylinders right away. But I saw a video of Ishol up there in Aurora, and I mean, it's just, that dude's a freak. So
I expect a lot of battles between Ishol and LaBelle this year, I would say.
That's going to be an interesting part of it. I think he's by far the most talented rookie to come since Elias. So it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, I felt like he should have moved up last year, kind of on how well he did in the pro light class. I think he could have moved up a year earlier.
Yep, I don't disagree, but I think he's only right now he's 17.
Yeah. He's a young kid, but he can.
I know.
Ride a snowmobile on a snowcross track. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. It's going to be interesting. We go to Valcourt for the race out there in the home of Skidoo and all that kind of stuff, and then they always love their Quebecians out there, whether it's Jacques or Gilles or Tim Tremblay, all of that kind of stuff. But now that they've got a guy that should be at the top of the sport again, it's going to be real interesting to watch how all that stuff goes down, and to be out there in Valcourt for it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. No, heck yeah. Did you vlog this weekend? Is there going to be a Beaujolais vlog? Yeah. We got some pretty good content. It'll be pretty concise and that kind of thing, but got everything downloaded, so we'll work to have it done by the end of the week and posted. Heck yeah. Yeah, Blaine was one of the inspirations of me starting my vlog.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And now we're talking to him.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see. Like, I don't know about you, but I have it's the widest crop of people. It'll be some 13-year-old kid that's like, oh yeah, I'm subscribed on YouTube, and it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then the next guy's like some 70-year-old dude. He's like, oh yeah, I watch you on YouTube. It's like, wow, like it's just stuff you never expect. So.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, people that you wouldn't expect to even know what YouTube is, and it's like, oh yeah, I follow you, and yep, I love what you're doing. It's like awesome.
Yep.
That's super weird.
It's really cool. Yep.
Yeah, I was recognized at Pine Lake yesterday.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Paulie V recognized Brody.
Oh, hell yeah.
First thing he said when he walked up, "This is the famous Brody." I'm like, "Who the hell are you?" Super nice guy. Super cool to talk to, though.
Yeah.
Awesome. That he
That's awesome.
watches and listens.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So are we gonna at least see you at Pine Lake? Maybe you spectating this year, Blaine?
So they moved it to the last weekend in January, right?
Yep, December 30th and 31st. No, yeah, last weekend is December. Yep, December.
Right. Probably not. I will. I'll be watching for results from afar, but we gotta finish up year end, and then I think we're gonna start hitting testing hard and heavy right away.
You have relatives that own a cabin on Pine Lake, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we've spent 4th of July out there, and my grandma's got a cabin, and then her sister's like right on the lake, and then they're over on the north side there.
Yeah, my small world. My father-in-law actually rented the cabin from her for like the last 2 months of the summer.
Nice.
And my father-in-law says, yeah, she said that her son or grandson races snowmobiles for Polaris, like oval racing. And he said, like Blane Stevenson? I was like, yeah, no way. I know Blaine.
Yeah.
So it's a small world, just around Pine Lake.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. My grandma still lives in Thief River, and then my other grandma, she lives in New Folden. So that's where my parents are from, that area. So we got a lot of ties up that way.
Heck yeah. You got anything else to add, Kyle?
No, I'm excited to see what that old Pro X 440 can do this year. His Champ 440.
We'll get her tuned up, and we'll get her to perform for you.
Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, look for the is it called the Drive for 5 now, or is it kind of, since it wasn't 5 in a row, do you not call it that anymore?
I've just kind of lost on that, but you guys can call it whatever you want. Yep.
Sure. Looking for a 5th Eagle River World Championship. That's pretty freaking. That's a high title.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Be sweet.
Yeah.
But
no, thanks for the time tonight, Blaine. We really appreciate it, and I'm sure it's going to get with your recognition. I'm sure it's going to be a really good episode.
Well, yeah, no, I appreciate you guys having me on. Appreciate what you guys are doing, and wanted to give a shout out to our sponsors.
Yep, for sure.
Wahl Brothers, Polaris, FXR, Woody's Traction. Geez, who am I missing? Yeah, Two Extreme Designs. My mom, my dad, everybody at the Wahl shop, my wife, all of our partners. So appreciate that. And then, good luck on your guys this season. We'll be watching.
Sure. Yeah. Hopefully I can actually say hi to you at Eagle River this year. I haven't got a chance to actually run into you in person at Eagle River or Haydays. So.
Yeah. Stop by. Say hi.
All right. Thanks again, Blaine.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
See ya.
Yep. Bye.
I don't know if we got into it the last episode, but the Pro 440 rules came out.
Yeah. No, I don't think we did.
No, I think it came out afterwards. But yeah, we're racing 440 at Pine Lake.
Yep. That was a good interview.
That was a good interview.
Blaine's a good talker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really good.
Yeah. No, that's exciting.
Especially to have a tough weekend too, and then to be able to just openly talk about it. Because I know if I have a shitty weekend at Pine Lake, you guys aren't seeing me.
No, yeah. You hide like a vampire. Yeah.
Just crying.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. No, that was good. Got a lot of good 440 champ info. I never really talked to a champ guy.
Right.
Austin Leak was probably the most oval guy I've talked to. Mm-hmm. But besides all the Myra Enduro guys. But no, that was good. So yeah, 440 race at Pine Lake.
Yeah, it's happening.
Did you get a third guy?
Yeah. So instead of making it complicating, you know, and kind of having somebody that we didn't really know, you know, an older guy, we went with Tom York, good old Tomcat.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Team
Yep.
Industries,
Yep.
Tom York.
Team Industries plug for us, anyways. He's
That'd
done
be cool
enough
to see.
Yeah, he's done enough for us or whatever. And Ben was kind of hinting at that he wants to get into racing or whatever.
Tom does?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's always asking Ben if we got an extra sled and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So this is kind of his opportunity to jump on it and see how he likes it.
Yeah, because one of the rules for the 440 class is you have to have somebody born before 1981.
82. Yeah.
Yeah, 82.
So
Yep.
that was kind of hard. You know, I had some guys in mind, stuff like that, but
Yeah.
that's, they all just don't have any interest in it. Well, Tomcat really got really interested in this stuff.
Yeah.
So, yep. He's
Oh yeah,
gonna be
I bet he got the fever last year watching Ben race.
Yeah.
on Blaine
So
Lake,
he's going to be our old guy this year.
Heck
So,
yeah. So you,
Yeah, that's
Colin,
awesome.
and Tom York.
Tomcat. Yep.
Tomcat.
Yeah.
We had Brody out on our 440.
Did you like it? How was it?
Yeah, the first out there, it's been like 4 years since I rid a sled, so it was kind of weird. But then after burning up the brake pads, got a fresh set, went out for another ride. I made 2 to 3 good corners
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, I'm not completely worthless.
Yeah.
I could actually do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
do one more weekend on it, and it'll be a for sure yes or for sure no. Which I'm leaning more yes. I don't know.
That would be, you know, freaking cool. That's gonna be all of us dudes just racing.
Well, it's like we told Brody, like there's a lot of money. There's money on the line.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like he's got to be wide open into it. Yes. Like
Yeah, that's why I want to make sure.
Yeah,
because I told him we just kind of let him do his own thing this weekend, just
Yep.
seeing how he was. And I told him now this next weekend, like I'm gonna be right on you the whole time you're trying to go around this practice track, because it's a different feeling when you have somebody right on your bumper.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, and that's kind of where I'm leaning. You know, Tom, I don't think he's ever raced before, so
Yeah.
like it's just the nerve factor is kind of the biggest thing in that sense. If you get nerved up at the starting line, you know, and then you're pumped up for the whole 2 laps is kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's that's like all a guy can think is just try and stay as cool as possible.
Yeah. Are you cold, Brody, or what?
Yeah, I'm cool.
I'm cold too.
But yeah, I used to race.
Yeah.
I used to know how
But
to
like,
race.
we'd even talked like that if since there's so much money online, $3,000 to $4,000, they're saying that like if Brody wasn't fully confident in doing it with us for the 440 race, that Dad would maybe let him run the Gen 2 in the classics class.
Oh yeah, yep.
Just to get your feet wet for racing, and then like freaking
Dive all in.
go wide open, because there's not $3,000 to $4,000 on the
Yeah.
line.
But it's
So if you'd be open to something like that after this weekend.
no, I think you should do the 440 because that's a pretty cool.
Yeah, that's why it didn't hit me until after last year's race of like, God damn it. I missed my opportunity to be on the true Arlo team racing with my dad and my brother on
Yep.
the same fucking sled.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it.
And last year would have worked out good because it didn't really matter.
It didn't really
Yeah,
matter,
right.
and I would have won more money.
Yeah, but
No, I don't give a shit about that. I just want to be on the.
Well, I
true-
care about the money. I
that's kind of where we factored in. You know, we're gonna just do it more for fun than anything because
No, I want to win. I want to do good.
yeah.
Yeah.
we've proved it that we built a cool machine and stuff like that. And
But mainly, you just got to get Tom out there and get him on the sled.
yeah, that's
Like,
kind of the
you got to get the miles on the sled. Get
Yeah,
it.
I want him to start riding Ben's sled sooner than later.
Oh, sure.
And then
Just
he can
to
get used to the rigidity.
Yeah, on how a sled feels on the ice.
Yeah, because I don't know if Tomcat's ever done that.
Yeah.
Slide it around a little bit. He can ride like a son of a bitch on a trail. He's hard to
with
keep
no
up to.
studs.
Yeah, he's hard to keep up to.
They don't have studs in their tracks.
Huh.
Freaking crazy.
For trail riding.
Yeah.
They need some Woody's traction products.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. We can get him hooked up.
Yeah.
I know where to send him.
Huh. But another weekend you weren't on the lake, Kyle.
Oh, I was fighting with primaries.
Oh gosh.
yeah.
Not P85s.
P85s. You wouldn't. Yeah. Who would have guessed it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I have 3 of them laid out on the bench right now, and the one that I wanted to make today I got it finally, but I could not get the frickin' spider off of it. The inside bushing was pretty well rattled out. So this weekend I'll be up there. So cutting it a little closer than what I wanted to, but yeah, this weekend I'll be up there. Today I finally got it. I had to heat the frickin' secondary, or he could heat the spider in there.
Yeah.
Almost molten.
No, Jesus Christ.
Glowing red.
Out.
Yeah, 3/4 impact. Fuck. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like I would have thought like a big 8-foot cheater bar or something.
Tried that last night and the frickin' broke the pipe wrench I had on.
No shit.
Yeah, it was tight. It was really tight.
Huh.
But I didn't want to, start swapping parts over, unbalanced. Messes up the balance of the clutches. So this way I got the one that I wanted off. So I'll be out there this weekend. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, hopefully I get to, still on the fence about getting my new one, throwing that in ice mode.
Yeah.
Just because I know we got the 440 to look forward to.
Yeah.
So
it'll be the 600 and or your old XE 600.
Yep.
And then the 440.
Yep. And me and my brother were kind of talking a little bit, looking at the times and stuff like that. I may end up running his Gen 2 in the Pro Open, but if I don't,
His Gen 2?
Yeah.
In the Pro Open?
Yeah, so his lap times, like mid-pack, he was 15 seconds behind mid-pack of Pro Open. So he thinks that I could make up 15 seconds in 9 miles, 10 miles on that sled. So we'll see. It's just going to take, we got to see how fast I can get that fucking thing going. Yeah.
So you teased a twin pipe or Gen 2 mod.
Yeah.
That's no go.
Yeah. I don't think.
Oh, sure.
No.
So a Gen 2 stocker.
Stock Gen 2. Yeah. We get good mile an hour out of it. So yeah. It's just that mid range, so I think if we play around a little bit, got some parts we're going to throw at it and see how that works. So yeah, little lighter weight.
Not 65s. Or what you were talking about last weekend.
Yeah, 1064s.
Oh,
Write that down.
Sure.
1064s.
Yeah.
Some catalyst news. The primary clutch is hard to get off.
Oh yeah.
They have the belly pan right up next to the primary clutch.
Yeah, it's like small front end on that sled.
Yeah, very tight. So it's like I don't know why they made it that tight. You got to like loosen up the whole bottom of the belly pan, or the side of the belly pan, to get it kind of pulled away enough to get the primary off. It was our first time pulling the primary off, so maybe once we loosen up that plastic there, it'll kind of go in and out a little easier.
And that's a different clutch than what you run on your 4-stroke, so you have to get all new parts and stuff like that.
Yep. It's like, I can't remember what the name of it is called. Maybe the Adapt.
I think.
Yep. Yeah, we already know the team weights won't work in it. Already figured that out. And then it needs a brake cooler. For any catalyst guys that are setting up their sleds for ice, you need a brake cooler. You'll burn brakes up fast. We did.
You got a venting template for them things made up already?
I talked to David Brown about that. He said they have a template made up, but hasn't been released, and they don't know exactly what they're doing with it just yet. So we're gonna have to make a brake duct though, and there's not enough room down there, kind of on the bottom belly pan where I have mine running on the 4-stroke. So like we're almost looking at just plumbing it right in through the side panel.
Oh yeah,
like 4-inch hole right in the brand new side panel.
I'm a body man. I can do that. I could even make you a fiberglass duct if you wanted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fab one up.
Oh, carbon fiber. You got any of that at JAG?
No, not a JAG, but I can order some. It's basically the same concept as fiberglass,
It's even the brake rotor cover is fiberglass.
Oh yeah.
It's not plastic. But we started melting it. So yeah.
So now you got 1,200 miles on that sled already.
No, I don't know how many are on that one. I have a little over 350 on the 4-stroke now so far for this year. I just love putting laps on it.
Yeah.
Like even today I was doing a couple like 10 hard laps, and then I'll just do like 10 laps, like kind of just at 75%, and then like 5 laps at like 50%, just kind of look at some different lines and blow out the berms a little farther. And
Yeah.
so they had a pretty good little track made out in the cattails.
Okay. Yeah. I, from what I've been seeing videos and stuff like that, looks pretty good. You went with a new suspension on your 4-stroke.
Yeah.
So
Shout out Fox.
Yeah.
Shout out Fox, and shout out Vince Van Slyke.
yeah. So is it like totally new to you, or is it kind of similar to what you have run?
The shocks?
Yeah.
They're new. Like I can't remember what Vince did. He put his own little special valving in them or something. But like they're all full clicker shocks now this year. Like where I didn't have clickers on the front end last year. And so like even just today, it was like I wanted to try something different, so I just laid down and went 2 clicks stiffer on the rear and 2 clicks stiffer on the front. It was like, oh, that made a difference. Like it was funny because like just doing that on the dirt bikes too, where you just stiffen up the forks in the rear end, and it's like just 2 clicks, and it's like, oh, I actually felt a difference there. And so I actually talked to Vince today, just asking kind of little things here and there about weight transfer and stuff like that. And we should have. I wanted to ask Vince if he'd call in to do like a
Tech talk.
like a 5-minute tech talk with Vince or something, like every weekend or something. Because I think that'd be pretty good to do with him. I think he'd be down for that.
Yeah.
We could easily talk about what he did in Havasu this last week, being all the way down there. So yeah, maybe we'll get Vince on for next weekend.
Good little segment.
Yeah. 5 minutes with Fox or something. Or the VS3.
There's our second hat. 5 minutes with Fox.
Yeah. Maybe VS3 will plug Vince's dirt bike side.
Yep.
And Fox, since Fox is helping us out. They're not on the table. Both of you guys just shake your head silently. But how long?
Hour and 6.
Oh, okay. Because I was looking at the time, because I know I told Blaine like a half-hour conversation is what I told him, and I think we went for like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's funny on how just shop talk always just flows.
Yeah.
Like when you're just talking snowmobiles and dirt bikes and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think Blaine is a fan of F1 too. I was going to ask him an F1 question, but didn't get to it. One of those questions you always have in the back of your mind, just like, oh, I forgot to ask that one.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah. But no, so yeah, really looking forward to Pine Lake. If you would have been out there today, you'd have been seeing some good speeds.
Oh yeah.
There was a hell of a wind coming from the west.
Oh yeah. So yeah, carrying good momentum.
Yeah. It's crazy on how much what a difference that makes of going into the wind and then coming across the lake with the wind.
Yeah. 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 We've dealt with it in the past. 98 into the wind and 112 with the wind. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, the first like kind of full day on the Catalyst, it was interesting to get used to. We even cut the seat down. I didn't send you the picture.
No.
We took the stock foam and the stock cover off, and Dad mocked up a 08 Snow Pro foam with an 08 Snow Pro cover.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's 3 inches lower, and then also the foam density is a lot softer.
Oh, so you get a little cushion.
Yep. So you're sitting 3 inches lower, and then also that cushion is softer, so you're almost lower yet. But it's still like, my thought of it is like the tank is really square edged.
Yeah.
Like on my 4-stroke, it's like it's a nice rounded seat where it's easy to get off the side and right back up to the top.
That's what I noticed. I really like that about your machine, and then like compared to my Axis chassis, it's the more square edge. So
yeah, you should when we're out there this weekend, you'll have to ride the 4-stroke.
Yeah,
because I let Brody on it. What was your thoughts?
It was weird, but I did notice that. Yeah, I was saddled up to the front of it way more than like the.
Well, that's how I have the seat cut down, because like a lot of people like they just cut down a slot for their leg, but I cut down the whole thing. The whole thing is like, so it's there's no like hump to go into. It's just equally low the whole way. It's rough riding. Yeah, that's for sure, because it's as close to the gas tank as I would have liked to sit.
Yeah.
So but it works. It works good.
Yeah, obviously.
As low as you can hang off that sled. I mean,
yeah, I got some. Yeah, I'll be out there this weekend. It sounds like so.
heck yeah.
Saturday, maybe even Sunday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The Polaris guys were out there all day today. So I was just kind of down there, just dinking around, kind of messing with them.
Yeah.
Just so the Polaris guys didn't have the whole lake to themselves. They had one Arctic cat out there. But it's fun. It was Alex, Satine, and all those guys down there. I'm buddies with. I can talk to anybody that hanging out in Alex's trailer. I don't have an enclosed trailer.
Not yet.
No.
take some pictures next time you're in there and show me.
But so yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was a damn good.
Like, I've never dealt with like the Champ 440 stuff. You know?
No, and like I don't know, those guys are gnarly because I know it from riding a sled on the ice on how much it takes to. Oh fuck! I just thought of another question I was going to ask him. Of what
you said the F word.
We're not playing that game right now. I wanted to ask him how sore he was today.
Oh,
like what was what muscle was the sorest? Because like on those sleds, like I noticed on the half mile sled, you're pulling more with your right as well. Like where we usually don't do that for the Lake Lamont, but like when you're leaned off to the left side, you're pulling with your right hand, like more than just like holding it down with your like this where we usually do.
Yeah, and then they're dragging knee while
So I forgot to ask him that on like what was the most sore part, because at the Sioux it's been my quads were sore the first year, and I worked on quads for that summer, and then the last year then it was my lower back was a little more sore, so I worked on that this year. So then we'll see what's the most sore this year.
Tops of my shoulders all the time.
Like your lats or
right up here? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Mine in like first years of semi-pro, mine was always my triceps. At least my left, like just because you're pulling down like that. It was always the tricep is what I would get sore the most. But man, when I was fat, I was so out of shape, and like I remember being a chubby kid at Nadawash and like in the traction 500 class, and like my hip locked up, and I was hanging off the side of the sled. It Charlie horsed my hip, and I could not get myself back up on the center of the seat. Like I was just hanging off to the side, and like it's just Charlie horsed. It's like, oh God,
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
That was when there was no effort at all being put in. It was just Dad was building me a fast sled, and I somewhat knew what to do with it.
Yeah.
Well, Brody, you're shivering.
Yeah. I got a little sick. So.
Did you get sick, Kyle?
I've been sick, dude.
Oh, they were all saying they got sick from the Christmas party.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, Mandy was like not feeling good today. I was like, just maybe an odd day, but you said a lot of people weren't feeling good.
So yeah, it sucked today.
Huh.
Didn't go to work.
No way.
Nope. Thought I was going to have to throw up driving to work. And so I'm like, I'll just turn around.
Yeah, that's no good.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, I wasn't ill this weekend, so this coming weekend is the weekend to get out on the ice.
Heck yeah. Yeah. So yeah, first snowcross race this coming weekend.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday. So we should be able to go back to our normal, like maybe Sunday evening show.
Yeah, maybe.
If that works.
Yeah.
See who we can't call for that one. I'll try to think of somebody.
Sounds good.
Or you got anybody in mind?
Tomcat. No.
Maybe if you get Tom out on the lake, it'd be cool to ask him what his first thoughts are.
Yeah, maybe I'll tell him to drag that old 600 out.
Yeah, just to get the flow of something going on the ice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to get Ben motivated, but it sounds like Tom is like, yeah, let's fucking go.
It'd be cool to just have a whole fleet of sleds and it'd just be like, yeah, come on out.
Yeah.
I got sleds ready to go.
Yeah.
But that'd be a lot of brake pads, a lot of high facts, and a lot of belts.
A lot of belts, a lot of clutches to rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so yeah. We
Episode 11 in the books.
You're cold.
I'm cold. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can end a short show. Shortest show yet?
No.
1
Hour 14.
I think our first one was like hour 17 actually. But
shortest one yet. That's
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, episode 11. Oh, I wanted to give a quick shout out to all of our friends that bought hats this weekend. That was pretty cool. Really appreciate that. My buddy Eric down at Pine Lake, met him down there on Saturday. He bought a couple hats. So really appreciated that. So we have a few hats left, and I want to promise that we'll have shirts ready by this next weekend. So
Hopefully.
we'll put that out there that
Yeah.
hopefully, but not, I'll put it out there when they are ready and when they're done, but we're working on them. Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Lay off.
But yeah, thanks again, everybody watching, listening. They're going up.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we're getting a lot of shares.
Any more DMs of like speed secrets to Kyle? Or?
No, not so much speed secrets. I think the people that have asked me found out that I'm retarded.
Jesus Christ.
No. There's not a lot of Polaris guys that out there listening that don't already know the stuff that I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Paulie V was down at the lake this weekend.
Yeah,
On a new Articat.
Yeah. He's a cat guy.
I didn't know if you knew that yet or not.
Yeah. No, he hit me up this past summer. Shout out Paulie V for hitting me up. He talked about racing in the Masters 50.
Yeah.
And getting out of classic class. Well, that was kind of a bummer for me because I was like hanging out with Paulie V in the classic class and stuff. But we'll still see him out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, big cat guy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more P85. That's a bummer.
But yeah, episode 11, good one. Blane Stevenson called in. That's a big guest for us.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So like we've done done a lot of cool people on here so far.
Yeah, we just need a snowcrosser now.
Yeah. I'll try to get somebody to call in. I should be able to try to get a guy to call in, I think.
Yeah, 10-4.
We could do a snowcross watch party and then like send in the picture during the live stream and be like Shop Talk Podcast watch party.
Yeah.
Okay. It didn't sound like do that.
Brody, you haven't had a whole lot to say. You got anything to add?
No, I'm good. Just ultra marathon. Goddamn.
Yeah. So that was why I
That
wanted
was
to
your
put,
surprise.
Yeah, that was why I wanted to just put it on there because I knew you wouldn't have like a whole lot of input, but you watched the races.
Yeah.
I sent you the races to watch, so you knew what happened. But I wanted to just throw that in there that that Blaine's teammate Tom was a ultra marathon runner because that's gnarly.
Yeah, that is crazy. 24 hours of running.
Yeah.
23 hours, 15 minutes.
And 13 minutes, 53-second pace for almost 24 hours.
Which that pace, like I can walk a 15-minute mile, like a nice fast walk where like barely putting in any effort. Like I can make 15-minute mile just walking.
Yeah.
Because I did that before my marathon. Like I just went for a 2-mile walk and like just see how fast I walk. And 15-minute miles. So you got to run a little bit faster.
Yeah. So that's you're not walking.
Yeah, that's not a walking pace.
No, a 10-minute mile. That's about my jogging pace of like, this is a nice steady pace for my knees. Any faster than that, then my knees start hurting. That's why I like the bike. How's your rower doing?
Kicking my ass every day.
Nice.
Kicking my ass.
Nice to hear.
Yeah. Well, burn some calories on that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, probably about 1,000 a week, something like that.
1,000 what?
Calories a week.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'd say it's probably more.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Should be do that in the workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't been on the ice yet.
No, not yet. No. The things got interesting this year.
At least you're home though.
That's kind of the big thing. Now we get there's some cushion time there where before it was coming home the week before, slamming everything together, getting out there for a couple of days. Well, now I got time in between.
Yeah. I mean, we still got pretty much 3 full weeks.
Yeah, and I've basically just been focusing on getting all my cushion parts, like all my spare belts, pads, all that stuff. And then, on the older sleds, like a voltage regulator is a big thing. So I've been just thinking about all the odds and ends of getting all that stuff together. So, yeah, me and my brother both. So, yeah, we're kind of waiting for the 440 for them guys to be around here, and then they'll have some parts and stuff like that we're going to throw at it, and then we'll really crank down on that. So, yeah.
I just got a notification. Pulp-MX went live at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Should we call?
Okay, gotta go.
We could call in because they do live call-ins. It's a live show. Yeah. How funny would that be? Like a podcast to call into a podcast.
It'd be like them Asian restaurants when you call them. And
Yeah, they fight over the order.
Yeah, I've seen that where they call two pizza restaurants call each other. Yeah, Domino's. No, this is Papa John's. No, you called me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna beat the heck out of Collins Gen 2 then for Sunday. He's still got to race it on Sunday.
I already beat the shit out of that thing in Iowa last
year.
Yeah, he spent pretty much the whole time that he was home, he rebuilt the thing.
Really?
Yeah. All new bumpers and stuff like that. So, yeah, no, it was just kind of the talk, and I don't know. We'll see once we get it out there. See if we can gain any more out of it.
I mean, I think you'd be, because there's the guys at the tail end of the field that don't run mod sleds or anything.
Right,
and
yeah.
I think you'd be faster than you think, I bet.
Yeah, so you were running 8.8 or 8 minutes, 8 seconds or something like that, I think.
Was a lap?
Yeah, was a lap for you. And Colin was running like 8, I think his fastest was like an 8:38 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So shave a little bit of time off, and we'll probably maybe do it.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. Instead of me throwing my new one together, which is slower than the Gen 2. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're probably more comfortable on a Gen 2 too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's just a thought.
Yeah. I checked the ice on Saturday morning. We had some rain slush stuff kind of come through on Friday night, but the lake actually turned out really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Like Saturday morning, I went down there. It was like 7 inches of ice with like an inch of slush on top. Mm-hmm. But by the time I went back down there at like 2 o'clock, that slush had already froze up. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a weird ice right now as well.
Yeah.
Because you kind of break through that top slush kind of crust that's not frozen as rock hard as that stuff underneath.
Yeah, and the weather is not looking good for this weekend.
Well, no, but this week is going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
With no snow out there and like 10 at night, that makes ice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're looking forward to it.
For sure. Yeah, that's been my whole year. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty.
Okay. Episode 11.
Yep.
Thanks for being here, you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are you having fun? Are you having fun still?
Yeah, totally. Right now, I'm not, though. I'm kind of struggle busing, but I'm pushing through.
I still can't. It's still funny to think. Sorry, I just keep prolonging this, but it's just funny to think back that we're 11 episodes in already.
Yeah, that's crazy. When you guys said that right at the beginning, I was like, holy shit, 11.
Yeah. And when it was, and to do our first episode was crazy too.
Yeah.
That we've made it this far already.
Yeah.
Thanks to the fans.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Give them a round of applause, Brody, to send us off.
Hell yeah. At least I can do that.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks again,
Awesome.
everybody.
Yep. Thank
we'll
you.
see you next week.
Have a good night.
See ya.